Next thing, I guess tomorrow. Well, is there anything else you want to say about Dragon Ball?
I'll be playing it a lot.
Okay. Tomorrow.
You did the same thing. Sweet.
Tomorrow, February 6th, Evo team is announcing the Evo Worlds lineup for 2018.
Which games will they pick?
And well, Mark doesn't have to break in this time, so
that's right. Yeah, he's in the house already.
Pretty much already guaranteed
for sure.
There, so he doesn't need to do any crazy stuff. But this is an interesting one because Wizard has always been talking about 7 games.
Right.
Now every year there always is more than 7 games. So
right.
There's been 8 or 8 plus,
even 9.
8 plus donation drive.
Right.
I mean, I really doubt that they're going to do a donation drive again because I think last year the donation drive really soured a lot of people. So I hope that that's not something that they bring back this year. We'll see what happens. But if there's 8 games, I think the lineup for me is pretty clear.
I think I agree.
But if it's 7 games, that's where things get funky because then it's really hard for me to drop one of those games.
So, okay. Street Fighter is definitely there.
Right. Street Fighter 5 is definitely going to be
It's
there.
a lock. Right? Tekken is a lock.
Tekken 7 is going to be there. Dragon Ball is a lock.
Dragon Ball's a lock.
I already told people on stream yesterday, if Dragon Ball does not make Evo World lineup,
there's no way.
Someone can buy me a Dragon Ball plush and I will eat it on stream.
Horrible.
Like, I will just eat the whole thing on stream. Those 3, I think, are
those are locks.
Those are the
100%
only
sure.
guaranteed.
You don't think Smash 4 is a super lock?
No. Because if they decide, for whatever reason, to do one Smash, which one would you pick? And I think it's 50-50 on those 2.
I pick Smash 4.
You would pick Smash 4?
Yeah, I mean, it gets more entrants, and it would please Nintendo.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Basically why.
I mean, if you think of it that way.
I prefer watching Melee myself, but I would expect 4 in that case.
Right, okay. So 4 might be the next lock.
Probables.
Yes,
I really feel like it's a lock.
Okay, Smash 4, count it as a lock.
Okay.
Then. Count it as a lock.
Probables.
Smash Melee.
Melee. Agreed.
Right. Injustice 2.
Inge.
Which has been doing really well, right? Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator 2. You don't even think that's a probable, huh?
Maybes.
You would actually drop that into the next level of categories, huh?
Maybe. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. So we have locks, SF5, Tekken, Dragon Ball, Smash, Melee, and Injustice are probables. So we're at 6. So if there are 7,
I would put Rev in there.
Well, I know you would do, but Rev, Marvel,
I would put there in the same. See, that's the thing is I guess
KOF.
KOF, I think, is even a lower stat than the other ones, right?
Unlikelies.
Killer Instinct.
Unlikely.
Right. Pokken.
Unlikely.
Blaze Blue, probably.
Unlikely.
Uniel, unfortunately.
Unlikely.
Unist.
Yeah, all of those are
that's
unlikely.
True. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle.
Will Cross Tag be out at that point?
Dude, new announcement for a fighting game this February coming out in this month, towards the end of the month. Them's Fighting Herds.
That's right, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, release date, May 31st, 2018 for Cross Tag.
Might be.
All right. You know what? I didn't realize it was actually coming out. Ooh, boy. That's all right.
That's a monkey wrench.
That is a strong maybe.
That goes into the probable category.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in strong maybe territory here.
I feel like it's improbable only because it's new and it has that ability to throw that monkey wrench in there. So, although it might be interesting for that to be the weird 9th game at Evo that they're expecting not to get a lot of entrants, but they're just doing it as a test to see how. You know how there's always that one game they do that? I feel like every year. The let's see how many people enter this event.
That's true. They do that.
Yeah. And again, look, a lot of times everyone has always been like, oh, Evo doesn't give the small communities a chance. They did last year with KOF and Blaze Blue. They didn't get that many entrants, but, Evo still has always done that. So
yeah, I don't think that Soul Calibur is announced. I think they've only said 2018.
That's true. Dissidia. Do you think Dissidia is
Unlikely.
unlikely?
Not even just because of the game popularity, it's the practicality of it. I feel like it's quite difficult.
Yeah, that's true, because you need 6 stations for every single one of them.
I think that's pretty unlikely.
Square Enix might throw their own side tournament there.
That seems
really cool.
I feel like there will be a side tournament for that.
Nah, Dissidia is a fighting game, dude. Stop. I'm so tired of this whole blah is not a fighting game.
Yeah, but why? So, to recap, locks, SF5, Tekken, Dragon Ball, Smash 4, probables, Melee, Injustice, maybes, Guilty Gear, Marvel Infinite, BB Tag, unlikelies, KOF, Pokken, BlazBlue, KI, Dissidia.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of games we can start listing there, right?
Sure.
Like Skullgirls.
Yeah, like not going to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Skullgirls probably won't ever get a chance to be the main game at Evo.
Yes, I would agree.
But yeah, Rev 2 is probably in that probable section just because if it is truly 7, it might be fighting MVCI for a spot, but...
Here's my thought on that. I think that... See, I guess the question is Dragon Ball... Is that the versus game or is that the anime game?
Oh, yeah.
Which one do they think that is?
See, that's the thing is I just feel like Guilty Gear is on such a high right now that I feel like the scene's doing really well with that game. The new patch coming out. The entrants at the last couple of Evos have been ridiculous. You know, the numbers have been great. So I just feel like Guilty Gear, if it was only 7 games, honestly, like I wouldn't just pick Guilty Gear over MVCI because I like Guilty Gear. Like I legit, from a logical standpoint, would pick it because I feel like that would bring in a larger group of players than MVCI would. Like I just don't see that many people playing MVCI right now. You know, MVCI, honestly. The number one argument for it being at Evo is just tradition right now, is just to make sure that there's always a Marvel game at Evo. But after this year, I don't even know if that's going to be the case anymore. So,
hard to know.
Probably 2019, there probably won't be MVCI at Evo unless something crazy happens. So do you try to just like stretch out as much as possible, like get it one more time, or do you just give up on it now, you know? And it sucks because I like the game.
I know you do.
And I enjoy the game, and I love the scene that like loves the game as well. But logically speaking, if there is literally only 7 games, I can't with good conscience put the game in the lineup. I really can't, because I just feel like the other 7 games all deserve it more.
I guess my argument against that would be, as somebody who likes Marvel more than Gear, up front, I guess the argument is that Marvel's new, and that it should have a chance at least 1 year. They gave KOF 14 a chance, didn't get the entrance that they had hoped for. I doubt it'll be back. But although at the time I thought that they should have had other games, I understood why they made that decision. It was because it's a new game, and 13 was very popular.
Right.
So 14, try it out. So.
I mean, is that true? People are saying that MVCI has been getting a lot of entrants at events recently. I've always thought it was been on the lower side of things.
There haven't even been that many events, so
right.
I don't know.
I was only talking about Evo and Evo Japan. Like the Guilty Gear numbers for those things have been ridiculous. Right?
Well, Evo Japan is to be expected.
Right, exactly. But even at Evo last year, it was one of the only games that had almost a completely stagnant player count, despite the fact that Street Fighter V went from 5,000 to 2,500, and it dropped every game down. But Guilty Gear was like 1,200 to like 1,100. Right, so at the big events, Guilty Gear has always been doing well. So,
what do you think about the idea that having an Evo Japan and an Evo World means that you can keep games that are very popular in Japan but not so much in the rest of the world in Evo Japan? Not that Gear is unpopular in the rest of the world, but it's less popular than it is in Japan, and same with BlazBlue.
Right.
So I don't know. I can imagine them making that argument.
Right.
So I guess these arguments are why I think that it's hard to put Rev in anything but maybe.
Okay.
And same with Marvel. I don't know what's going to end up among those two.
Right.
I would rather have Marvel. I understand many people would rather, like just subjectively, I'd rather have it. I mean, Gear is going to be awesome if it's there, but I would rather have Marvel.
Yeah. I mean, that's the crazy thing. If it's 8-game lineup, like everything is hunky-dory for me. But as soon as you lower it to 7, it's like that's where things get really dicey.
What if it's Marvel and BlazBlue tag? And not those are 2 new games. Gear is not in there.
Man. I mean, BlazBlue Cross
I could
Tag
see that
Battle,
happening.
Well, BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, the thing that's going up against it is that it is coming out so late.
Yeah,
right?
May 31st.
May 31st.
But Evo's in August.
Right. So there's enough time for it, but it's such an unknown right now. Obviously, Evo has put in games that have not been out before.
Sure.
You know, that's definitely has happened in the past. But I don't know, Cross Tag Battle I feel like has a lot to, prove right now. So,
Welp, I don't expect there to be 7 games.
It's like I said, I think if Cross Tag Battle was in there, I feel like that would be the 9th game.
Okay.
The hey, we'll just test it out. We expect low entrance for this whole, kind of thing.
Yeah, if there are 9 games, then I think
Cross Tag Battle.
Yeah, I think SF5, Tekken, Dragon Ball, Smash, Melee, Injustice, Guilty Gear, Marvel. Oh, that's already 9.
No.
What did I? Oh, I didn't pick this little pinky up. Yeah, that's hilarious. And then BlazBlue tag.
That just makes you think of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. If you're really us, how many fingers am I going to hold up? 2. Anyway.
Theo, I saw Theo in the chat. I'm not sure where Injustice will be. I really don't think it will be on Friday.
Oh, you mean the finals?
The finals.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know about Sunday.
I
just don't know about Sunday.
I don't think Injustice is going to grab a Sunday slot.
Definitely Sunday will have, assuming, was it 5 typically?
Yeah, it's always 5.
Street Fighter, Tekken, Dragon Ball.
Smash.
One of the Smash games, for sure.
Right,
And then...
I mean, at that point, they could throw an Injustice.
They sure could.
They definitely could throw an Injustice.
They sure could.
Yeah, or Guilty Gear.
Or, could be Guilty Gear. Could be one of the others we talked about. Marvel, BlazBlue, BB Tag.
It'd be a shame.
And the fact that last year Injustice was not Sunday, and it definitely should have been.
But that's a good question here, too, what the Turtles? What if the Turtles just, create this crazy Injustice resurgence?
I mean, it's not like Injustice is getting bad entries and stuff.
Right, exactly.
But, of course, it will increase...
I guess not even resurgence, but just surgence.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever the 9th game is will be on Friday.
Yeah.
I think that is true. Yeah, not KOF, not Pokken, BBCF, KI, Dissidia, ARMS, Under Night.
Poor Under Night.
I hear you, dude. That's a fun game. Really is a good game.
I even have the latest, and I haven't even been able to touch it yet because there's just so many other fighting games to play right now.
I haven't bought it.
Oh, man. Crazy.
But I do think that having an Evo Japan and an Evo World takes a little bit of the pressure off. Because they can have games at Evo Japan that are more commonly played in Japan.
I feel like BlazBlue is one of the number one
definitely
games
agree with
for that, right?
I definitely agree with that.
BlazBlue in Japan is wildly popular.
Super popular.
I mean, when we went to Hey Arcade, and I went there during one of the busy times a lot of times, and honestly, Guilty Gear and BlazBlue were probably the 2 that were being played the most there. But I really never left that ST corner. So.
Whereas Injustice, NRS games in general, almost no player base in East Asia.
A little god asks us, is this the golden age of fighting games?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
It's hard to say, because for me, the golden age of fighting games will always kind of be Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, I feel like there's a nostalgic twinge to that phrase.
Right.
Like when you think of the golden age of Hollywood, it was 80 years ago.
Right, yeah.
Whatever.
But not only just that, but literally everyone, I had this big, long, old argument with David Boudreau about this.
Oh, that's right.
This whole conversation, but I'll get into that some other time.
Yeah.
But, I was trying to explain to him that in Street Fighter 2 times, original Street Fighter 2, you could not go towards the end, you could not go to any random location where someone wasn't, tournament quality, they could win a tournament. Everywhere you went. Random ass video store had a cabinet sitting there. Everybody there was super good. Like, you could not play Street Fighter 2 unless you were good. You know what I mean? And everybody was good. It was really kind of crazy because there's no other fighting games. There was nothing to dilute the talent. Like, oh, I can't win in this game. I'll go play in this other game that I'm winning here. Well, that game is obviously better than Street Fighter 2 because everyone was playing it. And it was just like, I also tell the story that at UCLA Arcade, you know, I talked to the guy, the manager who was running that. During that Street Fighter 2 time period, they had all the head-to-head machines. They had like 7 Street Fighter 2 head-to-head machines, and it was the only time in the history of the UCLA Arcade where they had to gather quarters out of the machines twice a week. They actually had to do quarter collections twice a week because those machines would get flooded and they would stop taking credits. You know, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. So, man. Remember when you had to rent movies? I definitely do because my parents own video stores. Yeah,
that's right. Hey man, the internet's still trying to get you to rent movies. You can rent a movie on YouTube right now if you want.
Yeah, I know, right?
They're still trying to make that work.
And they can take it away from you at any time. That's the craziest part too. This is why that whole digital thing is so bothersome to me. So.
Not for me.
Yeah.
Well, again, I don't expect there to be 7. I don't expect there to be 8. I expect 9. Because I feel like it's one of those years where there's just a lot of stuff.
And like
but
I said,
it could be that Dragon Ball ends up getting 8,000 entrants.
Over 9,000 entrants, right?
It would be such a disappointment if there were like 8,900 entrants,
dude,
right? Like you would just need to put in 101 extra people.
I would make up 100 players and sign them up to Evo just to get it over 9,000. Like, seriously, I think I would like create a campaign. GoFundMe, like
for sure. Just you don't have to show up, just the money.
Just do it.
No, but like really, it could have a tremendous amount of players. So while I would expect 9, it's not crazy to me to think that there could be only 7 because. If there are going to be like 1 billion players there for one of the games, then you don't want to take on the risk of having so many more games that it's hard to run everything.
Yeah, that's actually true. Some people are talking about how KOF is getting a new patch. Some characters are coming out. They had that one contest that had that one character, the Saudi Arabian character in there and stuff like that. So there's definitely something that could breathe life into KOF. But even when KOF was kind of big, you know, at its peak, it didn't get that many entrants at Evo, so that's always going to be the toughest part about that. So,
yeah, I really don't think it's going to be there.
Touch the mic.
Oh yeah, that's right. 1 billion players.
Yeah, do we know? Like, how is the Dragon Ball fighting game fan base, the Xenoverse fan base, and all those guys been reacting to this whole entire?
No idea.
Like, I know Combo Breaker has, like, a ridiculous number of entrants for Dragon Ball, but, you know, their signups went up before the game was out and stuff like that, so that's Street Fighter V syndrome at EVO, so I'm curious to see how it's going to show up at, like, Final Round and all those other tournaments, you know.
Xenoverse was at, what's the series of tournaments that the Steves used to go to?
The Wizard Worlds?
Yes.
Yeah,
And I don't think many people came to that.
Yeah, well, that's because they weren't really used to that whole concept of, you know, like the actual FGC kind of thing. Dragon Ball fighters might expose them to that a little bit more, you know, because obviously now there's people who are just going to, like, wipe them and everything like that. But, like, one of the things that I've heard about the online and Dragon Ball right now is that the sheer volume of rage quitting has just been immense. Like, some guy I saw tweet or post up on Facebook or something, like, they're like, I just had like 8 people rage quit on me in a row. Like, they were the only 8 matches I got, and every single one of them led to a rage quit.
That sucks.
You know, like, I've heard the rage quitting is pretty rampant right now.
Bummer.
Which to me means those people are never going to show up to a tournament, right?
Unlikely.
You know, so yeah.
Well, you know, our games for that we've chosen. It's tomorrow that they're announcing which games will be at Evo. We'll find out soon. And you know that you know that Wizard's gonna do this. He'll have the 7, or he'll have like the 6th, and then he'll say the 7th, and it will be unclear at first if that's the end or
Yeah,
not. And it's going to be like, oh, guess what? What if we had an 8th? Like something.
Yeah, and you know that
Whole
MVCI
song
is
and
going to
dance.
be one of the last games announced if it makes it into the lineup.
Dude,
If it makes it in the lineup, it will guaranteed be like the last game announced, right?
like for sure all the controversial ones will be at the end.
Yeah.
Like the first one's going to be Street Fighter. There's going to be Tekken.
Dragon Ball.
We're going to have Dragon Ball for the first time.
Right.
And then there's going to be like, we're going to bring back Smash, whatever. And then at the end they're going to be like, that was the crazy time.
Yeah.
All the Marvel fanboys are on the hot seat.
Oh, man.
Boy.
All right. Yeah,
Anyway.
I personally would hope that there is no donation drive. I personally
I
hope
agree with
there's
you.
no donation drive. And so if he really truly is in the chat, then I don't know. Obviously, we can't affect anything at this point in time, but we don't
have anything to do with
I
it.
really hope that they don't do a donation drive. So.
I'm with you, man.
Yep.
Oh, is Wiz in here?
That's what the people are saying. That he's
Oh,
in the chat, so
okay. You're lurking, huh? Lurking.
He's lurking.
I see.
He's lurking.
Make sure you get out of here before we talk about our Japan experiences, and because I'll be divulging everything.
What is there to divulge?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Careful with that. Okay.
Careful with that.
Okay. Do you want to take a break, come back, or do you want to just go over the news and then we can take a break and then talk about Japan?
Let's talk about the news and then take a break.
Okay, sure, no problem. I don't have any of the news pulled up now that I
Sick.
think about it. Okay.
Do we need to take a break first then?
Sure, yeah, let's take a break and then we can go over the news. So.
I can say one bit of the news while you do stuff.
Uh-huh.
All right, fine. Let's go to the break. We're going to take a break, and we'll talk about a few things when we come back.
Okay, be right back.